Going on, got out for a short dig today. I was supposed to go to another permission that I had, but they turned out not to be home, and I ended up chasing a multiple signal here, and it ended up to be a 2-coin spill. And I already got this one, which was it's like a wheat penny here. I'll try to get the date. Looks like hold on a second, guys. It was pretty cool because it was giving me multiple tones, and there's a lot of junk in this yard. This is actually one of my old standbys, just a neighbor of my girlfriend's yard. I have standing permission to be in here. This one's a 1958, just made it, and looks like a silver coin here. Looks like I got me a Rosie. Let's see, get that in there for you. Just barely made it, 1964. So this is actually the second silver I got out of here. I got another Roosevelt here a couple weeks ago, and I didn't put it on film. So, but this is right in the middle of town. There's a lot of fill in here, a lot of coal ash, but a lot of interesting little odds and ends. I found a few miners tokens in here. There's just a lot of fill in the yard, but it's mixed in. So this is an area that's under the clotheslines. So first silver of the day. Probably won't be here too long, so maybe I'll add this to another day. But anyway, we'll take that and see what we find, and we'll see you on the next, or on the next video. Maybe I'll just combine this with another one and do a final wrap up. All right, later. What's going on? The next day, I got that silver dime yesterday, and I'm out in a different neighbor's yard. Got some permission. It's a pretty big piece of property here. So I'm out in this yard today, and I got a couple of modern pennies out of here. Not much so far, but it looks like I have a piece of you know, an old drawer pull or something there. That's pretty neat. Oh yeah, it's got like a little face on it. So this house is about 100 years old. I was talking to the owner. Her father built it, or her father's father built it, so probably around the late 1800s, early 1900s. So you know, old enough to maybe have a few relics, maybe a couple of coins, hopefully. But we're gonna give it a shot. I have permission to do this entire property, and there's also behind that garage, there's a whole nother lot back there. So I'll be over here for a couple of trips anyway. But alright, well, we'll put this one in the pouch and see what we find, and hopefully we'll see you on the next. So I just had a signal that was screaming like a coin, and it looks like a little copper pin, like a Pegasus with a guy sitting on there or something. But pretty neat. Just sprayed it off. Let's see. Alright, well, I'll clean that up, show it in the wrap up. So here's the wrap up on the last 2 days. I had permission at two of my girlfriend's neighbors' places, and was out for just like an hour yesterday, and today I spent a couple hours at this other house, and didn't find much. Got a couple little odds and ends, couple of relics. Yesterday I found a few wheat pennies and that one silver dime. So anyway, this is my junk. You got your miscellaneous nails and whatnot, some pieces of lead here, some iron scraps, bunch of foil, bits and pieces of fencing. I believe that is your bottle caps and your pull tabs. But so as far as the good coins, these were the coins that I found yesterday, and I apologize for the shadows. The light in here isn't that great, and I'm doing this in the evening. So but anyway, I got four wheat pennies next door, and two of them are in the 40s, and there's a 57 and a 58. The 57 is a 57D, and of course the one piece of silver that I got, it's a 64. Last year, just made it, but we'll take that. don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. So today, most of this stuff is from today. I really didn't get a lot of, besides these coins, I didn't get a lot out of the neighbor's yard here yesterday. But today, I didn't get a whole heck of a lot of signals. There was, surprisingly, there wasn't a lot of signals, and what there was pretty much junk. That's where all this came from today. But so this is just the lid for a mason jar. It's an old ball lid there. You can see the logo on it there. A couple of bullet casings, a shotgun shell. I believe this is from a sling off of a rifle, maybe a 22 or something. Not sure, but it reminds me of the part that the leather strap goes on for a sling. A little piece of a bracelet or a watch or something. It's not made out of any kind of precious metal, obviously. It's all corroded. Let's see. This little knob thing, I don't even know what it is. It says Griffin on it. Just a little plastic knob on some metal, some zinc or something. It looks like a hair beret. This here, I'm not sure if it's part of a pewter spoon or fork or something, or if it was just, it feels a little bit heavier. It reminds me of the top of, like, you know, like a fork handle or a spoon handle. Could be, I don't know. There's a button, it's not too old. It's like one of them 2-hole buttons there. This is actually a pin. The piece broke off there, but there's a pin on the back of it there, and it's got a little bit of intricate design around the around the border there. That there's just another piece of a button or something, a little piece of an emblem that says T, some miscellaneous, I don't know if they're button parts or grommets there. This was that pin that I dug out today. Let's see if I can get it to focus. But it's pretty neat. It's like a little, there we go, little Pegasus or something there, shooting an arrow. Looks like it's got a little bit of maybe some stones in there or something. Oh, a piece of costume jewelry or a pin. The back has a screw on. You can see where it screws on there. So that was pretty neat. I'm not sure what it is, but kind of interesting there. Looks like a gear maybe to a pocket watch or something. These are the two brass items. This was that drawer pull that I did a live dig on. It's got a little face on it, which is kind of neat. Another piece is something decorative. I don't even know what it is, but it's brass. Well, maybe another piece off of furniture, some kind of plate or something, I'm not sure. A couple of square nails, just separated because they're separated them because they're old, but those are some square nails. And then I dug a couple of modern pennies. These 3 are zinc pennies, these couple are copper pennies, those 6 there. So like I said, not a lot of signals and not a lot of coins, but you know, this stuff here I'm happy with. I'll take that, you know. I still have the rest of that yard to do. I was probably there for about 5 hours today, and you know, got most of this stuff. But there doesn't seem to be a lot, like I said, a lot of signals in there or any old coins. I didn't even get one wheat penny out of that yard. So, but I know the house, like I said, is over 100 years old. So I'm going to go back. There's also an empty lot across the street behind that one garage, and I'm going to go back and finish the yard and then go over and do that lot. So it might be a couple of days. I know we're supposed to get some weather here in the next couple of days, so I might be playing with waiting out some rain, especially on Monday. We're supposed to get what's left of that tropical system coming up from the south. So, but anyway, that was my finds for just the last 2 days. Not much, but I enjoyed myself. Got out for a little bit, swinging the coil. And it's kind of like that saying, you know, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. So that's kind of how I feel about this. I mean, got a lot of junk and a few little items for the collection, and some clad to throw into the coffee can. But alright, well, hey, thanks for watching. Any comments or any ideas on any of the stuff here that I didn't know what it was, if you leave them below, I'd appreciate it. And until the next one, good luck, take care. We'll see you on the next. Thanks.